Well, my hat just feels crooked. What the hell is going on here? What's going on, Bulls fans? It's me. I'm back again with another episode, but not because there's been any breaking news with the Bulls as of right now. Now, in the next couple of days, I will be reviewing Joe Kim's interview on what is on Q. I forgot the name of the podcast that he appeared on. Forgive me, I don't remember everything. So I'll be reviewing that interview in a couple of days. But I wanted to take some time out to really thank you guys. And you know, this channel is very much so in its early stages. Last 2 days, like we have almost doubled in subscribers, doubled our overall watch time, and I just want to thank you guys. You guys have been active in the videos, communicating with not only me, but each other, and I really wanted to thank you guys so much for the growth of this channel in such a relatively short amount of time. Coming from the other side of the studio to you guys today, so if you only been watching my last couple of videos, this may be a completely new look. But you know, in my home studio, I have a couple of different places that I can record from, and I was getting ready and gearing up to do a different podcast one. Just saw everything that happened and today and all the activity and everything. I just really wanted to thank you guys for just showing out and supporting me and all the kind comments about the content and everything. I really do appreciate you guys, and for that, I want to give something back to you guys. I know more channels probably do this when they reach a bigger number or whatever, but this is a project that I started off with nothing but passion. And I didn't expect it to jump off at all. Like I really just expected maybe to have a few people that I interact with and whatever. Bulls fans, and this really already exceeded my expectations. So I want to give something back to you guys, right? We're at about 160 subscribers at the time that I'm recording this. At 200 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And I'll drop a video so everyone can drop the names. You do have to be subscribed to the channel. You also have to be following Bulls Central Pod on Twitter. And I'm going to let 2 lucky people choose any Bulls merch item that's $50 and under. And I'm going to give it away to 2 random people and 2 random supporters, subscribers, and followers of this channel, just to give something back to you guys, because I'm so just humbled by everything that's been coming out. So like I said, once we reach that 200 subscriber mark, I'll go ahead and drop a video announcing that, and then we'll go ahead and do the giveaway. That is, any 2 Bulls fans can pick any $50 item or less from Chicago Bulls merch, and I will give that away free to 2 lucky viewers, just because of the support and everything that's been going on here. I'm just so humbled by it. But because I'm here and because I decided to record a video, I can't go without talking something about the Bulls, because I don't want to just talk about me or this platform. I want to talk about the Bulls. That's what we came here for. That's why you guys supported me. It's for Bulls talk. And so something that I didn't talk about in my last couple of videos that came out, because I was more focused on the signings, was Kyle Lowery saying that Zach LaVine is one of the most underrated players in this league. And you guys have probably seen the headline. And I just wanted to talk about that from the standpoint of, it does 2 things for the Bulls, right? One, I think it gets the fans talking, because they hear, not that Kyle Lowery is like the biggest star in the league or anything, but he is a prominent one, and he's on a team that's probably going to do something. And, you know, to hear that quote from somebody like him, somebody who's won an NBA title, it does bring more notice to the Chicago Bulls. And I don't think that that's a bad thing, whether it's just starting conversations, whether it's people who are immediately going to go to say, there's no way Zach LaVine is one of the more underrated players. He hasn't won anything. Whatever that conversation is, we want our players to be in that conversation. We all know about how the Bulls have been, you know, overlooked in a lot of ways. And that's fine. That's fine, because they haven't earned the right as of right now to be mentioned with some of the playoff teams. I understand completely why they're getting some of the doubters that they are getting. But this is the team, almost the chip on the shoulder team. But to bring that back to Zach LaVine, coming out of the Olympics, contributing in the way that he did, this is going to be a year where there are going to be a lot of eyes and new eyes on Zach LaVine. Even though the Bulls don't have a lot of nationally televised games, there are going to be people who are looking for what Zach does against their favorite team, where he's showing up in the stat sheet, if he ends up being an all-star. And that can't do nothing but help the Chicago Bulls franchise. And Zach LaVine also being in a contract year, he's going to be gunning for a lot. This team is, I really feel like it's going to have a collective chip on their shoulders. And as Bulls fans, as friends of this franchise over the years, some of the best Bulls players, some of the best Bulls teams have been teams that have something to prove, that feel like they have to take the notice, not just get the notice, but they have to rip it and take it and deserve it. And I really think that we're going to just be in for a team that's just going to wow. They're going to play hard every night. I would like to think, and yeah, I mean, when you look at like just some of the players that we signed, even in Alize Johnson, Caruso, who we talked about, these are players who are all going to have big and huge chip on their shoulders. And I keep getting sidetracked. I was here to talk about Zach LaVine being one of the better players in the league. And, let's talk about the validity of that statement, right? When you look at the advanced statistics that Zach LaVine had last year, he had one of the most efficient seasons of his career. No, the most efficient season of his career, but one of the most efficient seasons, period, in the NBA last year. And yeah, it didn't get a lot of notice because the Bulls didn't win games. That efficiency didn't translate to wins. I'm not putting that all on Zach LaVine because it's not, but that's why people really don't understand how good of a season Zach LaVine had last year. And like I said, if he can improve in that efficiency, not the numbers, but the efficiency, we're looking at probably one of the better seasons of any NBA player, period. For a period in time there, I believe it was going into the All-Star break, Zach LaVine statistically was like the third best player in the league, I think in February leading into March. That's nothing to shake your eyes at. And I'm not saying that, Zach LaVine is a top 10 player or anything in this league, but he's definitely one of the best shooting guards in this league. And he has the chance to take that moniker of being one of the best players in the league by his team being winning, by him playing more efficiently, and just by more eyes being on the team, especially if we make it in the playoffs. But what that means for the Chicago Bulls, does that make it more difficult to re-sign Zach LaVine? I've already kind of talked about the whole what if he doesn't leave or anything, but I think if you're looking at it, and just looking at the way that this management team seems to be working with Zach, he's coming back. That's just what I choose to believe as of right now. Now, as the season goes on, especially if we have a rough season, which we hope we don't, that opinion could change. But as of right now, everything's pointing in the direction that I feel confident in saying that we're going to be bringing Zach LaVine back on a long-term deal and building this out. Now, that title of Zach LaVine being one of the best players in the NBA, that could be true. I think Hoops Hype came out with a list of the best shooting guards, and he was ranked 5th. He was behind Mitchell, James Harden, and this is not in order. James Harden, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, I think we're all ranked above Zach LaVine in that. And if you look at all of those other players, they all made the playoff last year. Their teams made the playoffs, so it kind of makes sense. I really think this is going to be the year for Zach LaVine to ascend. Now, long term, right? Let's say we sign Zach LaVine, and this, for the sake of this conversation, we're just saying Zach LaVine re-signs long-term deal here in Chicago. Is Zach LaVine being our best player enough for us to win a title? That remains to be seen. I think, if anything, it shows that it's possible, right? And we still, as Patrick Williams ascends and develops, you never know. Zach may end up being the second best player in the league, or as he's, starts coming down, because Patrick Williams is so young at 20 years old, Patrick Williams may be up, and maybe we're at our best when Patrick Williams' potential and his ascent kind of evens out with Zach LaVine's, I don't want to say decline, but his plateauing of his career. And if those two things, players if that potential and that quality and play kind of meet between those two players at the same time, we could absolutely be looking at a championship contender team, especially depending on how they build out this bench to the rest of the roster. We got Marco still looking to develop. We got, like I said in the last video, go and check my last video out where I said how the Bulls can really improve internally by how many players they have on this team that can still improve just because of their youth and their inexperience in the NBA. So overall, Zach LaVine being one of the best players in the NBA. Do you agree with that statement, Bulls fans? Do you think that Kyle Lowery was just playing tongue-tied? Sorry, paying lip service or something? Or do you think, coming off an Olympic gold medal run, that maybe the hype is maybe too high? I don't think that. I think that Zach LaVine is definitely going to show he's one of the top players in this league this season, and it's the questions are going to be gone. We're going to go into the next offseason, into the next set, just with knowing that we have one of the best players in the NBA that's universally agreed upon that. That's what I choose to believe as a Bulls fan. That may be my fandom getting in my way. I'm just a Bulls fan. That's it. I'm just a Bulls fan. That's all it is. But that's it. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. I really wanted to make this video to thank you guys for all your support in the last since I started this channel, but you guys really been showing up in the last 24 and 48 hours. So I really do appreciate you guys for that so much. I can't say that enough. Make sure you're following the podcast at Bull Central Pod on Twitter. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, which I've been forgetting to mention on the videos, you can leave us a voicemail, 614-547-2039. Now, that is a voicemail that's shared between other podcasts that I do. I will be making a phone number just for this. So be on the lookout for that as I change that at some point here. But thank you so much for the support. Again, as always, go Bulls, and I love you guys. Peace.